Knowledge. Knowledge is priceless. A good friend of mine, Gwen Stefani, once said that knowledge is like two birds diverged in a yellow wood. The one bird went the one way and traveled less, so he was more knowledgeable. And I take this quote and I try to live my life through it. What I have to say today is that what you may know, what you may have been taught in history classes in school, is false. I am here to uncover the truth. I am here to give you the hard-hitting facts that the government has been hiding from us. They don't want us to know. And why? Well, I'm not quite sure why, but I will give you the facts. I will be telling you what you don't know, but I'm also going to tell you what you already know. About World War II, some of the common facts, the most common facts. Fact number 1, Hitler, Nazi. Fact number 2, that there were approximately 1.5 million children that died. Fact number 2, there were approximately 1.5 million children that died in the Holocaust. 1.2 million of them were Jews. Tens of thousands were gypsies. Gypsies, I tell you. Fact number 3, Japanese, kamikazes. Explosive everywhere. They were going in, diving in, hardcore. Fact number 4, the atom bomb, also known as the biggest mushroom ever. So today I'm going to be going through some of the facts, some of the reasons why World War II began. One of the first reasons was the Treaty of Versailles, which goes back all the way to the First World War. And at the end of the First World War, Germany lost. And the Allies pretty much didn't want to deal with all the stuff, all the wreckage and all that stuff. So the winners, the Allies, they pretty much said to Germany, you lost, so you gotta clean all this shit up. And let me tell you, the Germans, they were pissed. They were pissed about it. They didn't want to clean it up. They pretty much told them, yeah, we'll definitely clean it up. And they ended up not cleaning it up. It led to a lot of chaos in the government. And the government basically turned to fascism, turned to dictators to take over the countries. And that leads me to my next reason that World War II started. Fascism. My next point, fascism. The next reason why the start of World War II happened. That sounds retarded. Fascism. Fascism is yet another reason why World War II began. When you think of fascism, you think of one person, maybe two, Hitler and Benito Mussolini. Hitler being the Nazi king, and Benito Mussolini being king of Italy. Fascism basically took over these two countries after they were famished and were in quite a great depression, as I mentioned before, after the First World War. So it led for these dictators to come to power. Benito Mussolini started his reign and he tried to take over Ethiopia twice, failed twice. I couldn't really tell you why he was trying to take over Ethiopia. Maybe it's because that coffee was discovered in the Kaffa region of Ethiopia. Maybe the Italian just couldn't get enough espresso.
Hello, Debbie Mack here. I just love coffee, and espresso in particular.
So maybe they were trying to go for that, or maybe it's because Ethiopia is the third largest country in the world. And when Hitler saw Benito Mussolini making these moves, he was thinking to himself, I can tell you right now, he was definitely thinking to himself, Holy shit. Holy shit. Gotta start making moves. This guy's making moves. He's making me look like a fucking chump. Hitler was not having it. Hitler saw this happening. He saw Benito Mussolini taking serious moves. So he thought to himself, he has to make another move himself. And that move was the invasion of Poland, September 1st, 1939. Also known as the beginning of World War II. What was the war in Canada? The French-Canadian War, or whatever the fuck, French and Indian War? I know that was in like the 1800s. While all this was happening in Europe, you may be asking yourself, where was the great country, the motherland, Great Britain, and where was France? Well, I can tell you this. France and Great Britain were consumed. They were involved in the French-Canadian War. They were so consumed and involved with the French-Canadian War that they didn't have much time to deal with Benito Mussolini and Adolf Hitler. They didn't have much time for it. They also didn't want to piss off Hitler because they saw his army growing, and I don't think they could handle it. The Japanese. The Japanese played an integral part in World War II. They took over Korea and Manchuria, a country probably no one has ever heard of. The Japs, everyone knows, the biggest mushroom of all time. They bombed the absolute shit out of Pearl Harbor. The bombing of Pearl Harbor is actually a hoax. It didn't happen, but we'll get to that later. We'll get into that later. That didn't even happen. This didn't even happen.
I love coffee and espresso and Dictators.
This didn't even happen. This is a disgrace. Is this some kind of a joke? Is this a joke? Bernice! Where the hell did you get this book? Doesn't even happen. This is an absolute disgrace, ladies and gentlemen. This is an abomination. An abomination that they're teaching this absolute rubbish, this garbage, in today's history classes. I can tell you this much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you like the government is lying to you. I'm going to give you everything. I'm going to give you the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you the real reasons, the real hard-hitting facts that the government is afraid to tell you. One of the reasons for the start of the Second World War was Hitler. Hitler was so fucking pissed. He was a pissed guy, and I'll tell you why. In high school, his best friend, Philip Hansheimer, stole his girlfriend. Hitler was not happy. Philip, he was a great guy. He played piccolo, first chair.
That's really impressive. Whoa. Whoa, just, whoa. Bravo.
People said there were rumors that he had almost limitless swag. And I can tell you that Hitler, he didn't have the swag that Philip had, and he was jealous. He just couldn't handle it. So that contributed to part of his anger, part of the start of World War II. But one of the more compelling reasons was when Hitler was going to school, chef school at MIT, he could not pass this one class. He could not pass the class because his final exam, he had to cook the perfect lobster quiche, and he just couldn't do it.
All of you, what is that? What is that? It's not good enough. Get out! You're not good enough. Piss off!
He was so pissed, he left America, and he went to Germany, and he started the Nazi Party. Many of you may be wondering why did they follow Hitler? He seemed like such a terrible guy. Wasn't that bad of a guy. But he did commit terrible crimes. Many of you may be wondering why the Germans followed him, and I'll give you some reasons why. At almost every single rally, Hitler provided free pizza as well as cream soda. And I can tell you, I would definitely go to a rally. I would definitely go to something if they were giving out free pizza and cream soda. I can tell you.
I've made an ice cream soda, Bert. Look at that, Bert. That's an ice cream soda, Bert. Wow.
I hate ice cream sodas!
Oh, Bert.
Oh, yeah. One of the other things that Hitler, obviously his mustache. Germans loved Charlie Chaplin, and his mustache resembled quite perfectly Charlie Chaplin, so they were nuts about that. One of the most important reasons why I think, and why many experts think, but are afraid to reveal because of the government, is that while he was in school at MIT, he noticed that they had free refills almost everywhere he went. When he would go to the rallies, he would speak of how he would implement free refills into every restaurant in Germany. No options, that you would have to have free refills. And you would not believe the impact that this had. They were going crazy for the free refills. One of the other reasons, especially for the United States to get involved in World War II, probably the reason, was the attack on Pearl Harbor by the goddamn Japs. The Japs came in, they dove in, they exploded a ton of shit. It's crazy. It's so crazy, because all that is false. Pearl Harbor, you heard it here first, folks. Pearl Harbor never happened. It was a government conspiracy to get us into World War II. President Nixon was in serious talks with King of Japan, Kim Jong-un, and he wanted to get into World War II so badly that he was willing to fake a bombing in Hawaii, Pearl Harbor specifically. President Nixon was able to achieve this hoax through amazing graphics and most likely CGI. He used a bunch of CGI to fool the eyes of the Americans.
Fool me once. Shame on you. If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
And this definitely fooled him because we ended up in World War II. President Nixon's wife cheated on him with Bruce Lee. This was the motivation. This was the true motivation of why he wanted to get into World War II. He was absolutely furious! He was furious with Bruce Lee. He would do anything. He was willing to do anything to get right back at him. So what he did is he got the United States involved in World War II by faking the attack on Pearl Harbor using CGI and amazing graphics. President Nixon was unsuccessful, but he was trying to get Bruce Lee into internment camps to imprison him for his actions, for his tomfoolery with Mrs. Nixon. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. The hard-hitting facts that the government is afraid to tell you. It's as simple as it gets. This is the real truth. This is the real Chives Fuchsius. If you learned something, smash that like button. If you didn't like what I had to say, if you don't believe in me, let's hear it in a comment. Don't be afraid to like, subscribe, and this is your boy Chives Fuchsius signing out, and don't forget to always rock out.